You think you know Kate and William, but wait until you see what cameras caught at the BAFTAs that had millions of royal fans absolutely stunned. The 2026 BAFTA Awards was supposed to be just another glamorous night for the Prince and Princess of Wales. Red carpet, flashing cameras, royal elegance. But something was very, very wrong, and you noticed it immediately. Body language experts noticed it. Even lip readers caught secret exchanges that reveal just how much pressure this couple was really under. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what happened that night, and why Kate looked more uncomfortable than we've ever seen her in public. Now, before we dive in, you need to know this isn't speculation. We're pulling from verified reports, expert body language analysis from Judy James, and lip-reading breakdowns that went absolutely viral. Millions of royal watchers like you saw the same thing that night, and the internet exploded with questions. So let's get into what really happened. Picture this: February 22, 2026, the Royal Festival Hall in London, the BAFTA Film Awards. Kate steps out in a stunning lilac Gucci chiffon gown, William's wearing a sharp burgundy velvet tuxedo. They look absolutely perfect. But here's what you need to understand: this wasn't just any red carpet appearance. 3 days earlier, the royal family had been rocked by a scandal that sent shockwaves through the monarchy. Prince Andrew had been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. The palace was in crisis mode. And Kate and William, they were the first senior royals to face the public since the news broke. Every camera, every reporter, every royal fan around the world was watching their every move, looking for cracks, looking for signs of how the family was really handling this nightmare behind closed doors. And here's the thing, they found them. The red carpet arrival, tension you could cut with a knife. The moment they stepped onto that red carpet, something felt off. You've seen Kate and William together dozens of times. They're usually the picture of effortless chemistry, relaxed, tactile, genuinely connected. But not this night. Body language expert Judy James was watching closely, and what she spotted was striking. Kate's smile, absolutely dazzling, yes, but look closer. James pointed out what she called an edge-to-edge clenching of the teeth. That's not a relaxed smile. That's a performance. That's someone putting on a brave face while their nervous system is screaming underneath. And William, he had his own tells. Experts caught what they called his self-soothe ritual. His fingers were curled, his index finger repeatedly tapping his thumb. If you've ever been in a high-stress situation, you know that move. It's what you do when you're trying to ground yourself, when you're trying to hold it together. But here's what really got people talking. Their arms hung loosely at their sides. No subtle touches, no shared glances, no hand-holding. For a couple known for their quiet displays of affection, this physical distance spoke volumes. They wanted to comfort each other, you could see it, but they held back, maintaining that professional royal facade even as everything around them felt like it was crumbling. And then it happened. As they're walking the carpet, a voice cuts through the crowd. Is the monarchy in peril? You imagine. You're already under immense pressure trying to represent your family with dignity during a scandal, and someone shouts that directly at you. Kate and William ignored it. They had to, but the damage was done. Reports later suggested Kate was particularly shaken, even terrified by the confrontation. She recovered for the cameras, of course. She's a professional. But those earliest photos, fans noticed something frozen in her expression, something that didn't quite match the polished image. But that's not the whole story. Because here's where it gets really interesting. The moment everyone's talking about, the one that's been replayed and analyzed thousands of times, came during a red carpet interview. A reporter asked Prince William about the film Hamnet. It's a tear-jerking drama about the death of Shakespeare's son. Heavy stuff, emotional, and William said something absolutely stunning. He admitted, quote, "I need to be in quite a calm state, and I am not at the moment. I will save it." Let that sink in. Prince William, stoic, controlled, the future king, just admitted on camera that he's not calm. that he's too emotionally fragile to watch a sad movie. Standing right beside him, Kate's entire demeanor shifted. Fans who were watching live noticed it immediately. She looked protective but stiff. Her usual bubbly engagement with William dampened. She tried to lighten the moment, joking about watching the film herself and being left in floods of tears, mentioning her puffy eyes. But you could see it. The weight of his vulnerability. The pressure of keeping it together while he's falling apart inside. And then something unexpected happened. As they're making their way into the venue, another moment caught fire on social media. A lip-reading expert named Jeremy Freeman decoded a brief exchange between them, and it was telling. Kate, perhaps trying to distract from the tension or genuinely awed by the crowd, said to William, "Look at the people." His response, short, clipped, "Watch your step." Now on the surface that sounds protective, right? She's wearing a long gown, high heels, navigating stairs. He's being a gentleman. But here's what fans picked up on the tone. The brevity, the lack of warmth. William wasn't sharing a romantic moment with his wife. He was laser-focused on high alert, barely present. And Kate, she looked momentarily chastised, uneasy. But the real drama started when people started comparing this appearance to literally every other time we've seen them together. And the contrast was jarring. This is a couple who normally radiates warmth, who laughs together, who can't help but touch each other's arms or share inside jokes. But at the BAFTAs, they looked like they were in survival mode, performing their roles while carrying the weight of a family crisis neither of them asked for. Experts pointed out that this wasn't about their marriage. This was about being thrust into the spotlight as the face of an institution under siege. Every smile had to be perfect, every word carefully chosen, every gesture scrutinized for signs of weakness. And you know what? The cracks showed. Because they're human. Because no amount of royal training prepares you for standing under camera lights knowing the world is waiting for you to slip up. So here's the key takeaway you need to understand. Was Kate uncomfortable? Yes, absolutely. The cameras caught it. The body language experts pointed it out. And millions of viewers noticed that something about her usual confidence seemed just slightly off. And was there tension in the air that night? Without question. You could feel it in the way Prince William spoke. You could see it in the way Kate held that smile just a little too tightly. You could even hear it in the crowd, with that sharp question echoing through the red carpet moment. But here's the part many headlines missed. This wasn't a marriage in trouble. This wasn't a couple drifting apart. And it certainly wasn't the dramatic royal fallout that some people were quick to suggest online. What you were actually watching was something far more human. Two people standing under an extraordinary amount of pressure, trying to do their jobs, trying to hold their composure, and trying to protect something much bigger than themselves. Because when the cameras are rolling and the monarchy is under fire, there's no room for a bad night. No room for panic. And certainly, no room for showing how heavy that responsibility really is. So Kate and William did what they've been trained to do for years. They held the line. They smiled. They kept walking. Even when the tension was clearly there. Even when the pressure was impossible to ignore. And if you want proof that the BAFTA moment wasn't about their relationship falling apart, you only have to look at what happened 4 days later. On February 26th, the Prince and Princess of Wales appeared together in Wales for another public engagement. And the difference was impossible to miss. Gone was the stiffness. Gone was the guarded tension. Instead, the couple looked relaxed, comfortable, and genuinely happy to be in each other's company again. They were laughing with the crowd. They joked about their attempts to speak Welsh. At one point, Kate even teased William about his language skills, and the two shared a quiet laugh that instantly reminded people why they're often called the royal family's dream team. Then came one of the sweetest moments of the day. While speaking to the public, Kate casually complimented William and said he was very smart. It was such a simple comment, but the reaction said everything. William visibly blushed, and for a brief second, the future king looked less like a royal figure and more like a husband who was just a little embarrassed by his wife praising him in public. Body language experts later said the couple looked more loved up than ever. Comfortable, affectionate, completely in sync again. And that contrast told the real story. Because when you compare those two appearances side by side, the BAFTA night suddenly makes perfect sense. It wasn't a glimpse into a troubled marriage. It wasn't hidden conflict between them. It was a snapshot, a single evening where two people were carrying the weight of a royal crisis while standing under the brightest spotlight in the world. And for just a moment, you could see how heavy that burden truly was. Not a sign that their relationship was breaking, but a reminder of how much they're willing to endure to keep the monarchy steady, even when the pressure behind the scenes is far greater than anyone watching at home could possibly imagine. And perhaps that's the real story people saw that night. Not weakness, but resilience. So now you know the truth behind those uncomfortable moments, the real story behind Kate's frozen smile and William's rare admission. This wasn't scandal, this was survival. But here's what I want to know. Do you think they handled it well? Or should they have skipped the BAFTAs altogether? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is far from over. And if you want to see what Kate and William did next that had everyone talking, click the video on your screen right now. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happened when they finally let their guard down. See you there.